Well, it may be getting worse and worse. The Democrats' budget bill, their budget resolution, may include a piece on illegal immigration, which no one really knew much about until the last, I don't know, day or two. Joining us to discuss this is Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, thank you very much. I'm reading undocumented immigrants could receive legal status based on the cost of processing claims and the impact on GDP, $120 billion. Democrats are determined to put this in. What is this all about? This doesn't go into budget work. This is something.
Larry, all of this to the Democrats is infrastructure. That is what they keep saying. And of course, we know that it is not. But what they're trying to convince the American people of is they started out with a $6 trillion wish list, and they have honed that wish list down now to $3.5 trillion of social programs and $1.2 trillion in infrastructure. So people should be elated and should be so pleased with them. You and I know this is a budget buster. It adds to our debt. We're coming up on $30 trillion worth of debt. We cannot afford what the Democrats are putting forward. And as you said, amnesty for all, benefits for all, the Green New Deal, plussing up Medicare, money for unions, early child care, elder care. These are all things that, yes, they sound good on paper, but the issue is, how do you pay for this?
Senator, are you hearing, I mean, I just saw this today. Maybe it's my bad. I should have picked it up. But putting illegal, undocumented immigrants, illegal immigrants, giving them some kind of, I don't know if it's not citizenship, some kind of legal visa. This is all new information. I hadn't heard this stuff before. I mean, I know there's some outrageous stuff in the infrastructure bill, Green New Deal and whatnot, but this is new. I mean, is this a serious problem? And won't the GOP and maybe some Democrats oppose it?
We would hope that some Democrats will join us in opposing this. But the Democratic leadership, Pelosi, the president, Schumer, they have figured out they're going to lose the House and the Senate in 22. So what they're trying to do is make it to democratic utopia or socialistic utopia before they get to those midterm elections. And Larry, one of the things they've wanted to do is give citizenship to all of these hundreds of thousands of people who are coming across the southern border, and put them into some form of legal status, get them onto voter rolls. We know what they are trying to do. And I'm talking to Tennesseans every single day who are saying to me, you know, I didn't vote for Bernie Sanders. I don't like this leftist tilt. I am very concerned that we are losing our freedoms. I'm not for this amount of spending, or for the Iran nuclear deal, or any of these other programs that they're doing, federalizing elections. And what they are trying to do is say, tell me what I can do so that I can help you stop some of this.
You know, Senator, you were the one who said on the show that the issue of illegal immigration and open borders is not a border issue, it's a national issue. And I think you're absolutely right. Now, I don't see, again, coming back to this budget resolution, what would illegal immigration, I'm for legal immigration, but what would illegal immigration be doing in a budget resolution or a reconciliation bill, which is supposed to be about fiscal policy, like taxing and spending?
Well, I don't like to use the term reconciliation. I call it the lie, cheat, and steal premise, because the Democrats try to tell you, they don't want to tell you what they're doing. They don't want to tell you where the money is going to come from, but they're stealing from future generations by running up the debt. Now, what they are trying to do is put all of this into a budget deal because they know they do not have 60 votes for cloture to move these provisions forward. So they're kind of telling that little fib to the American people, not telling them the truth or the whole truth or nothing but the truth. And they're going to throw it in here and see if they can get by with it, or if Republicans and if the American people are going to stop them, slap their hands, and say, no, you cannot do that.
Last one, Senator. Again, listening to Senator Schumer and others pushing this process along, it really does sound to me like the infrastructure bill is completely linked to the so-called reconciliation bill or the rest of the budget resolution. It looks like they are, in fact, linked. What you thinking?
Yes. Oh, yes. And some of my colleagues and I put a letter out yesterday. There is money left over from the CARES Act funding, and there is plenty of money there that would pay for a surface transportation bill, which is what most people want. And we would like to see that money reprogrammed, and surface transportation, which is about $350 billion, see that paid for out of those leftover funds.
All right. Need more time, as always. But, Senator, thank you very much. I'm sure you're going to keep a sharp eye on all this stuff.